It's New Year's Day 2023, can you believe that? Anyway, here is part 2 of the 2022 roundup. So it takes us back now to August in the summer when we got the 936 on the baler, looking absolutely cool. There we go. Pick up rails, pick it up, throw it up there, big plunger, pushes it out the back. Anyway, if you remember from yesterday, we finished Bill and Joe's harvest on the 18th of August, I think it was, but we carried on with our own and it was all hands to deck. Even Chester was out helping cart grain one day. Then the new grain pusher arrived, so we used that to get as much OSR in the shed as we could that we store for the cooperative. New pusher on the new Merlot. Getting the rate hopefully as high as we can. And it's about 3,000 tonne in here now. We also got the opportunity to have a demo of a nice cool case, which was also black, and we got that out baling and making bigger bales than ours, so 120 by 90 bales. This is it arriving. Rob's back from baling now, and you can hear this on idle. It only revs at like 400 RPM, so it's super quiet. When it arrived, we really wanted to take it tractor pulling, but they wouldn't let us, but we took our own case. We met up with the Dusty Combine Sandwich crew as well. And David Jones took our case down the track, and James also brought his crawler over from Lincolnshire that he had wrapped with sunflowers, and they couldn't stop him with the sledge until the very last day when they put extra weights on it. Here we go. We're here. Everyone's turning up. It's like David's just turned up. 4494 is off the trailer. He's off. Bit of smoke as well. The first tractor I've heard. I missed it. I was trying to see it. It's the professionals now. Yeah! Oh, we got smoke. David's on the case. Got the green lights. Oh, he's on. Send it.
So let's see what Jonesy can do. On the case.
Oh, it's biting.
Down a gear up. On another one. Don't bloody break it, Jonesy. Now it's earning its money, look. Oh. Right, here we go, let's see. Right here, right now. Here we go. Any second when the push down, the first push down. Box is still moving. When the box stops, we'll see. Oh, he's kicking the panels again. No, we're not stopping. Good. Oh, yeah, we are, baby! Hey! Right, you can stop scratching now, you're making a bloody hole.
With the summer being so dry, I had actually a few weekends off, so I went up to Chatsworth Fair, saw some JCBs, and then went looking for a Xerion. While Andrew cracked on getting on with the sowing in expert time. John Carr came as well with like a spider cherry picker and giving the solar panels a good cleaning, which is well overdue because I think we've had them up for 7 years now. Blue skies, they're gonna work today if he cleans them. Hey, look, there's the moon. Andrew also managed to find a ditch that we didn't know we had, and I found a manhole with the end of the header and bent it. So that should be straight, and then if we get down here,
Just past halfway.
there, isn't it? Yeah. If you look, see the knife, I've basically caught it by that inch there, and I've bent that tube back. It's obviously got a brace here. This is actually a hydraulic tank, and it's just buckled at this point here, that tube. We're getting near to the end of September now, but we're still flat out drilling. So here's a little bit of the drill. We had some trouble one day setting some bushes up. Anyway, we think we've sorted it now and we know what it was. They changed some springs, but this is us after we've been messing with it. And then that evening, it was my mum and dad's golden wedding anniversary, which is the last time I saw my auntie Ruth actually. So here's a little bit of that. And he's off again. Yeah, we messed around for quite a bit. Not having the right washes didn't help to shoot, like I say, shoot back the yard, but I think we're just going to have to shim a few of them up now. I don't quite know what's causing it. Must be just a little bit of wear now in it. Get his jacket on ready. Apparently these have been counted. 2 each. Someone's not coming, so I'll have 4. Whilst I was at a meeting one day, this pretty cool tractor turned up, which is we're going to take tractor pulling next year. Basically, I've got the tractor pulling bug. So here's the Xerion when it landed, so narrated by Rob. Here is the tractor pulling toy. Got a sticker for you all. I've had 2 trips to the Isle of Man as well this year. First one was to do a talk to them out there, and then I went back later on to the tractor run. So got some tips of how to put lights on a Fendt 724. So there's a quick little bit of that. You can't actually see the scale on the camera, but can you see the steps up there? It just shows you how high it actually is. You count the steps. Might say on that picture actually how high it is. Top tip, bungee cords. Right over the top, and you can cable tie stuff to it. You have to put loads of sticky pads on. Again, bungee cords. Whilst I was in the Isle of Man, there was a little boy from the Isle of Man in Alder Hey Children's Hospital, not very well, and was upset that he'd missed me while I'd been visiting his neighbour. So the Xerion was here, looking cool. We wanted to have a bit of a meeting about the tractor run, so I took it to Alder Hey, and here it is on the helipad. It actually looks small on the helipad. The helipad's massive. We're going to go around to the side and get a picture of the hospital in the background. Look at the way the roof on the hospital works. As you know, we have this big biomass boiler, and it does take a little bit of maintenance. And one day this year we had to change that auger in there. Nearly. This is now obviously a nice new header that is nice and straight, but the old one, because we needed to cut the summer barley, we did try and get it into working order with the help of a few telehandlers and the Xerion. Just go forwards like that much, and then you pull. Go on, go on, go on, go on, go on, go on. Whoa! Straighten the header didn't work, so luckily our local class dealership, Morris Caulfield, lent us a header to cut the summer barley, and we cut it on the 11th of October, which is a lot earlier than the year before, because in 2021 we actually cut it on the shortest day, which would have been like the 21st of December maybe. Rob's just jumped on now while I do a little bit of filming. It's doing well. Actually it's stuck on the knife there, so it squashed it a bit and didn't cut it. There we go, it's doubling it up now. Only with a small header on. AHDB wanted us to get involved with a project and a few other people. So I met Charlotte Ashley for the first time, who's now got a YouTube channel. Check it out. Went up there with Joe and Tom and everyone. But I also went to see David's quad track while I was down there because it's cool and he was sewing with it. It's not just farming, we often do some random things. So I ended up going to see Craig, so you might remember him off Big Brother, to lift some 3D printed concrete walls with the Merlot, and then we also insulated him for him with some OSR. So here they are, and while I was there, I also roped him into the track to run where JCB kindly sent us a free CX, and he helped with a lot of the publicity for us as well, and helped us raise a lot of money. The first one's in place now.
Yes, so guys, thanks for joining us back. The first concrete 3D print wall is now in place. Ollie's driving was perfection.
Talking of driving to perfection, Andrew piloted this to perfection, and we've now got some stunning looking crops of wheat, which you can now see. When the money from the birthday bumper hit 15,000, Paramedic Pup came to do the birthday bumper that day.
Are we on?
Yeah.
Are we upside down? No?
No? Why, can you not see?
No, I can't see a thing. Wait there.
In November, I had to go down to the bottom of the country, Devon, Cornwall kind of direction, to do a talk for HDB to some farmers. Anyway, on the way down, I kind of made a few days of it. So I went to visit Ellis Machining with Tom, then I went to look at some sugar beet harvesters and all different things with Martin as well, who lives in Hereford, on the way down, and broke the drive up. So there's a little bit of that. Met some subscribers, that's the word I was looking for as well, wearing the merch. Available online. In fact, before you see that and the goat farm, people said, why don't I make a video of outtakes? Well, if you've just seen through that clip there is no outtakes. Everything makes in. The only real outtakes I've got is when I've been recording with my phone in my pocket by mistake. But yeah, there isn't a B-roll of outtakes anywhere. Nice selection of Richard Western trailers. They're all brand new, them actually. Proper shiny. 14, 16 ton. So it's an 18. Ooh, that's what we need. One of them from up there. In fact, they've changed that. It's got a severe bend that we're trying to straighten, and it's got lifting eyes on it. Better send that to Rob because we think he's going to straighten ours. Just looks the same inside. Two of them. More drills. Hope you're not getting dizzy. There's just so much to see. Press. Ooh. I like these. I think it'd be handy for projects in the workshop. You put it on one of them, like that Massey 1200, and every time you've got a spare afternoon, you bring it in the workshop, you do a bit of work on it, and then when you run out of time, you pull it out and you park it out the workshop again. Because it's so low, you can just step straight onto it. Ooh, this one looks my budget. It's on smaller wheels. Tom, how much is this? 804 low loader trailer. Some horse drills here. Look at that. More Richard Western trailers. When you got a project in the workshop that you don't really want in the workshop, but you can bring it in and out the workshop.
Why don't you just tidy the crap out your workshop?
Well, either way, it won't be big enough. Well, you can put like the 1200 on it and drive it in and out, or the 1690. It won't be in the way. Just standing behind the car out the wind. Hoovering up the sugar beet. Beet eater. There we go. Available in all colours. Don't show the pens, we don't sell them.
All right.
So how old will these be then?
So those were born in, when were they born? They were born in May. In there. They were May. Those in there were these are August. And that pen there. These are May as well. And these are in here.
Meh. After it getting cooked, working the ground for the sunflowers after the plough, don't plough, the engine has now been rebuilt. Rob's rebuilt the engine. That now runs. So once we'd finished that, then we started on the gearbox. We've took the gearbox out now. We've dropped it off at Barclay Williams, and he is now refurbing the gearbox for us. So we can drop that back in. Needs a good paint, get the cab back on, and then that will be back on the road or back in the field.
Tight there.
To me, to you. How's it going?
Hang on.
Stuck on the flywheel.
And we let a bit of weight off
Yeah,
there.
go down a bit, mate.
It's jammed now. Oh. Just trying to get the clutch out. Now, I'm not a poultry farmer, but they were struggling, especially the egg job, and some of the supermarkets were abusing their power, so I decided to wade into an argument with one of them. Anyway, it turned out pretty good in the end. They kind of rolled over and they actually upped the price that they were paying to the egg producers, which was a fantastic result, I think, for this year. On a couple of occasions this year, we have also fixed the wood chipper as well, which you may have seen. This doesn't look good. Rob's van is parked by the chipper, and everyone's looking at it, scratching their heads. We're into December now and we're getting tractors ready for the tractor run, so we took some back to Alder Hay. Again, different little boy, wanted to see the tractors. He could come out when there wasn't a lot of people there. This was before we went back in December with 110 of them. But here we are at the hospital again. So I think that's 3 times this year we've been to the hospital. Luckily, not needing treatment, just sort of raising their profile and funds for them. We're at Alder Hay now with the tractors, and one of the nurses' dads watches the videos. Where's he? Nottingham.
Yeah, Nottingham, Paul. Hi,
So,
Dad.
there you go. I also waved bye to the first combine I'd ever bought new and ordered another one, just because when we had all the to and fro and sorting the header out and everything like that, there was a deal to be done as well to swap the whole machine and a baler. So that's what we've done. So they've come and picked my machine up now, and this was it disappearing. Back wheels just fit on. Now, we've got bags and bags of lights that we used on the Christmas tractor run because we're now in the process of taking them all off. But the build up to the tractor run was pretty exciting, especially when David sent his quad track down. It's that big, it needs running boards on the trailer to make the trailer wider. See the back one just lifting then, but it's come back down again. A few of you were saying how come we'd not done the one round Banbury last night, which isn't far from him. The simple fact of the matter is it doesn't fit down the roads in Banbury that easily. Whereas it came up a few weeks ago and we drove the route to check that everything was suitable for the width and the height of this. Anyway, back to the hospital for the 3rd time on the tractor run. I've kept the clip very short because I know people are getting fed up of hearing Baby Shark air horns. But here we are driving through the Children's Hospital, cheering them up at Christmas because they're in hospital over Christmas. We've raised now, I think, just over 72,000, and with the stuff we've been putting on eBay, including that little tractor over there, which is back on, click the link below because someone messed around that won it last time. We might raise 75,000, which would be absolutely amazing. If you look at the Just Giving total, it doesn't include the gift aid at the bottom or the text to donate, so that's why it looks a lot less. But yeah, fingers crossed we're getting near 75,000. In fact, if you can afford as well, you can scan that QR code, or I'll put the link under this video and we can still keep the money rolling in. This year also saw James's first Christmas and James's first New Year. So we went to Brookhouse and had a little bit of a get together last night. So Wes is just sort of setting it up and having a look at the nuts that Massey Dave sent us. Vast selection of nuts. It's New Year. Tom's here from Pembrokeshire. And Rory, James over there in his car. Charlotte's gonna smile. These are the nuts that Massey Dave gave me, Filbert's nuts. So it's a big selection of nuts. Chili, mixed nuts, peanuts, salted chocolate and caramel, cashew nuts, chocolate orange nuts, ghost ship, berry nuts, that marinated beef, So thank you, Massey Dave, and thank you, Filberts, which I think is his neighbour. Big selection there. So there you go. If you watched yesterday's video, that was 2022 in 40 minutes roundup. What a year. Lots of things going on. Lots of bad things going on. All the stuff going on in Ukraine, but at least we got some trucks sent out there. I think we've raised over 100,000 between the birthday bumper and what we've done as well for the tractor run. I forgot what I was going to say then. Yeah, so the tractor run added to the birthday bumper, that's where we're at the moment. So what will the birthday bumper raise within the first 12 months? Have a guess. I'm hoping it'll be 30 grand, but to be honest, the way it's going up at the moment, it might be even more than that. I want to thank everybody that's been watching, everyone that's clicked like, because it is important to the channel, everyone that's subscribed, and also everyone that's been in any of the videos or helped me with any of the filming and not being bothered by being filmed as well, because that's quite important. I want to thank all the lads that work for me because they've been brilliant, and again, they don't mind filming and they don't mind the mistakes being shown as well, because everyone makes mistakes, and that's what makes the video normal, isn't it? You could put like 1 million hours of immaculately turned out tractors going up and down in straight lines, but we have real problems, we have breakdowns, and we have mishaps, and we find ditches that we don't know are there, and also manholes bend combines. But yeah, thanks for everyone that's been coming with us on the journey this year. More to follow next year. I've done 1,000 days, I've hit 60,000 subscribers, absolutely amazing. I might miss the odd day if I'm busy, but it's not my intention to, because for me, it is far easier to make a video every day than it is to edit hours of footage, which I've had to do to make this video. Yesterday's video and today's video has probably had 6 hours work in doing them, which I don't particularly enjoy. It's nice to see back over the year, but the editing is the boring bit of making the videos. Thanks to all the nice comments. Happy New Year, everybody. And there's going to be an outro, which is the birthday bumper this year. So we'll see you all on the 2nd of January tomorrow. Do you know what? I can't end it there yet because I need to thank Charlotte, because not only she gave me this wonderful son and baby, she's also put up with me on my phone editing videos every night and replying to messages in the morning and then late at night, and she's basically been there for me and not moaned at all. So thank you, Charlotte, if you're watching. She might not have made it this far, to be honest. She might just skip through and fast forward, don't know. But maybe her mum and dad would have made it this far, because I know they watch it all the way through. So tell Charlotte to watch it right the way through. Anyway, that is it for today. There's the birthday bumper. It's another Joe Seals double ending video, but I'll see you later. Right, quickly do the birthday bumper. Jack Lyons is 10, Ian Birmingham, Paddy McGlone is 16, Charlene Thean is 40, Bailey George, Yasmin Dan Van Der Veen, Rob Harrison is 28, Shona Dempster, and Derek Gent 75. Happy birthday everyone on there. Look, £21,593, amazing.